What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Brandon Deck coming to you guys with a brand new video. Today we're gonna be talking about the Type-R. This question I get asked about most in my DMs. And before I do get started, I hope the audio is good. I'm using an actual external microphone, and normally I really don't use one. So hold on, let me turn my AC down. I don't want you guys to hear the AC, but I normally don't use these microphones on this camera only because it's so small, and literally the microphone is so big. I don't even know if you guys can see it. But yeah, to see that big old thing right there, this is on there, so hopefully the audio is good. I mean, I did a little bit of testing before I got here, but we're gonna be talking about the most question that I get asked a lot since I've been, I guess, quote unquote tuned. Now, before everyone comes in here and say you're not dyno tuned, you haven't been on a dyno, you don't know what you're talking about, this is an e-tune that I'm gonna be talking about, or even just a regular tune, I guess, what you can say. So is tuning your car worth it, your Type-R? If you guys don't know, the SI that I had before, I was definitely tuned on that, or I was e-tuned on that, power metrics, and on this, I wanted to go the same route. So I do have Hondata on this car, along with power metrics stage 1. So that just kind of gives you guys a little background of where I'm at. A lot of people ask me whether you should go ktuner or Hondata. I always say Hondata just because I've been using it for a while, and I just believe in the system. And then, like I said, I've been on power metrics, which is tuned by Daniel Butler and also Slick Media themselves. So if you guys want basically any tune that I'm running, it's going to be down below in the description. Make sure you guys put it in there, you know, just follow the directions. It's really easy. But yeah, should you tune your Honda Civic Type-R? This is like I said, it's the most asked question I get a lot. Is it worth it? In the, you know, do you feel any difference? Is it really that much of a big difference? And just right off the bat, I mean, I asked you guys this on Instagram just because I felt like a lot of people would help me out with answering this question, but I feel like I should maybe answer it on here and make a whole different video about it, because there's a lot of pros and cons to tuning obviously your own car, but we're gonna go right over that. So yeah, like I said, this car is tuned on power metrics. So if you guys don't know, it is a, you know, basically they created like an e-tune basically for all kind of modifications that you put on your car. You can pretty much select what you want, and then they'll definitely get a tune for you. They've been doing this for a while. I've had it on my 4-door SI, which is my last one, which was on a Unity 5 big turbo as well, and they hooked me up with that. So huge shout out to Power Metrics themselves for helping your boy get a tune on his SI. But we got a tune on the Type-R. So I've been running this tune now for, I want to say, God, maybe it's been about 2 months. I want to say it could be a little bit longer with that. If you guys want to see the video, I'll link it over here, wherever the hell's supposed to go. I've been running the Power Metrics tune for quite a while, probably about a couple months. And just to kind of reiterate, when I got this car felt maybe a little bit slower than the SI was, because obviously, like I mentioned, the SI was a big turbo, it was E85, like it had modifications done to it that made it relatively quick. And for you know, for jumping in this car stock, I just felt like it needed to wake up a little bit. So the stock tune, don't get me wrong, the stock tune is fun, it is worth it. I mean, if you don't want to avoid any warranties, the stock tune is definitely great. But for me, I got used to it. You know, I got used to the power, I got used to what it can do, and honestly, after a while, it didn't seem as fast as when I first got it. So I thought, hey, you know what, I'm gonna take the Hondata route. I'm gonna go Hondata. I did it quicker than I really wanted to, even though I did really want to do it. I didn't want to do it just yet. I wanted to wait a little bit, but I ended up just going Hondata and getting that put onto the car. So I ended up picking up a Hondata unit. Shout out to Hondata for hooking me up and helping your boy out get a unit. So I ended up going Hondata, like, I don't know, maybe like 5-7 months into owning this car. And right off the bat, the base map tunes are worth it. Now, if you're familiar with kind of like the tuning world and the whole tuning aspect of cars and everything, you really don't want to run base maps for too long. You really, just because they are what they say, it's a base map tune. You know, there's so much more that you can be pushing, but this tune is just to help you get a little bit faster. And that's where a lot of people kind of get confused. I know people that run stock base map tunes, and though it's nothing wrong with them, I really don't believe you should be running them for too long, just because you're not really tuning your car to what you have on the car. They're just kind of putting like, hey, this will work and this will work, and it's a safe tune. Though safe tune does sound good, I personally didn't want to run stock map for too long, so I ended up getting the power metrics tune. So since I've uploaded the base map tune or everything like that, I knew right away that I wanted to get off of it and go into power metrics. I ended up downloading the power metrics tune, and it wakes this car up. I mean, like, it just feels so much more alive, and it feels much more awake. You know, obviously you get a bunch of things, like you get this disabled rev hang, you get to start in R mode, and those come with obviously the Hondata unit itself, but those features, those little small features are definitely worth it in the long run. You still get the option of running comfort mode, running sport mode, running R mode, and obviously each map has their own tune. So Type-R on this car is just crazy in first gear. I mean, it's crazy throughout, but I mean, first gear itself, it spins tires. Like, I have Yokohama Apexes on this car, and it still spins a lot of tires. So that just gives you a little like heads up of where tuning your car can go. But is it really worth it? You know, a lot of people go, well, I have a warranty on my car, and I don't want to break the car. I really don't want to mess with the car and mess it up even more, or mess it up really at all. Me personally, warranty schmarranty, right? I bought this car because I wanted to have fun with it. I bought this car to build it. If I have to build the motor or the trans, then so be it. It's just what it's gonna have to be for me. Me getting this car used, and I did get it used, and I have mentioned this before. It's my everyday car that I beat on, that I'm gonna build, and it's just, I didn't really care about warranties. I just really wanted to push this car the most that it can go. And I feel like with obviously doing the tune and the parametric tune and everything, it's definitely a big upgrade from stock. Now, if you're really worried about warranties and breaking stuff like that, then I don't really think modding your car in general is really for you. If you're worried about warranties, and if you're worried about breaking the transmission, blowing a head gasket, blowing a motor, blowing pretty much anything, then I don't really think modding cars are for you. I mean, truly, when you get into modding cars, you have it in the back of your mind, like, hey, I could possibly blow something. This may or may not blow when I do it. So it's just, you got to kind of think about those things when you are modding it. Like, if you're really worried about that thing, then maybe modding isn't really for you. Not to say that it is gonna blow, but you know, if you're really worried about that and that's like your main focus on everything, then it really isn't your type. Now, kind of going back into about like motor and stuff like that, I don't know how much these motors can handle. I don't know how much the trans can handle. I don't know how much the clutch can handle. That's not really a point that I'm really big on right now. So I'm not trying to push too much power on the car just yet. I do want to get the looks kind of going first, and then we'll push power after. But to be honest with you, I don't know how much power this car can hold as in general. Now, obviously with the SIs, it was kind of like a miscommon thing. As soon as you tune that car with Hondata +9, then you already had like a messed up clutch. Like, the clutch was just bad on that car. It is what it is. But this car, the clutch has been handling just fine. I do want to go 85 next if I'm going to be going power, and that'll probably be like the last power thing that I'm going to do for a while. Obviously we're going to get like an or the intercooler and stuff like that, but just trying to push as much, like big turbo and all that stuff. I think I'm gonna wait, but I think 85, I definitely want to try it and just have a little fun with that. For the next coming years, I do want to have a little bit of races going, so that's why I'm going to be pushing a little bit of power out of this car, but I don't want to be pushing it too much, just because that's not my main focus as of right now. The main focus is just to get the car looking sexy and looking clean. Like I said, maybe in the future we'll just push power, but as of right now, it's just really not a focus. One thing I will say, and you know, I have said this before, is the parametrics tune feels great. It feels fantastic. I mean, it feels like a very clean and played out, like, I mean, a very clean tune. It doesn't feel like it's overpowering. It doesn't feel like the car's struggling. I've had zero issues since I've uploaded the tune. So in my opinion, tuning your car is 100% worth it. I recommend it to everyone who has a Type-R. I mean, it's just, like, out of the factory, I don't know. I know the car could push more. It's a K series motor. That doesn't really say much, but it's just, you really should try to tune it at least a little bit, and just trying to have a little bit more fun with it, because 300 horsepower is a lot of power for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, when I first got it, with this car being as sturdy as it is, 300 felt good. And the SI, it kind of felt like a little squirrely, you know what I mean? And that one was pushing like 300 torque, and I believe it was like 260, 280 horsepower. I don't even remember the numbers on that, but this car, I do want to get on a dyno and get this thing dynoed out and see what kind of numbers it's pushing, because I'm very interested to see. When you go on the Parametrics website, they don't really have the numbers listed on there, so I'm kind of interested to see what it's going to run. I'm going to try to get on some rollers with Daniel Butler, and maybe we can see what numbers this car is pushing. And one of the biggest things too is the maintenance part. A lot of things. A lot of people, when they push power, they don't really think about the maintenance that has to go behind this, whether it be changing the oil. You know, this car especially is the transmission fluid, because I heard that thing is kind of sucks from OEM. So changing out the transmission fluid, just kind of really just taking care of your car. This car, I don't launch. I probably launched it like maybe once, and that's it. I don't launch it. I don't race it. I don't beat on it every day. Though it is my daily, I don't beat on my car every single day. No, if this was a race car, then yeah, obviously I'd be beating on it every single day, but I'm just not beating it to where I was like the SI. The SI, I'm not gonna lie, I was launching it, I was beating it, and I was putting that car through a lot of hell, which is why we broke the transmission, why we blew the head gasket, and just things led to another, you know what I mean? So for this car, I mean, with that car, I kind of learned my lesson. You're like, take it easy, you know, enjoy the car while you have it, and just, yeah, I mean, tuning for me is 100% worth it. Since I've tuned it on power metrics, I've been in love with this car like 10 times more, and I'm still gonna continue to be in love with it. Ooh, a little GTR. I'm still gonna continue to be in love with it. I mean, this is an amazing car. Obviously, I told you guys before, this is my dream car. This is a car that I've been wanting for the past 3-4 years, and I finally got it. So I'm excited to have it in my hands, in my possession. We got so many things coming. Like I said, the next thing I want to do is the all looks. So this car is going to be looking a lot sexy. Obviously with the SI, we kind of pushed a little bit more power, only because they didn't make a lot of good looking parts for that car. I'm just throwing that out there. The SI didn't get a lot of love, man, but the Type-R is getting a lot of love from all kind of makes. I mean, just look at it, dude. You can't tell me she don't look sexy, player. Come on now, what are you talking about, dude? What are we thinking out here? So yeah, man, like I said, tuning your car is 100% worth it. Just be careful, take care of your maintenance, take care of the car, and it's gonna treat you just fine. You know, don't beat on the car every day, don't launch the car, don't just take care of your car, man, and it'll treat you just fine. So I'm excited. Obviously, if you're thinking about getting it, man, just do it, just get it. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it in the long run. You're gonna enjoy it a lot more. I hope you guys are enjoying the content that I've been putting out. Like I said, we've been grinding a lot recently, but just trying to think about more videos to upload and more videos to kind of post. And I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Oh my God, you guys really can't see me. I'm having a lot of fun with this content, man. Just to be able to make videos and have fun with everything. It feels good. It feels great to be making content. It feels good to be back in the YouTube grind. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. We got more videos coming. Don't worry, we're ending this year off with a banger. Then next year, just be ready, guys. Next year, I'm telling you guys, I said this on Instagram, it's gonna be my year. We're just gonna keep grinding ass, buzz hard, and just build this little baby. And who knows? I mean, maybe we'll get another car. I don't know. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys have not already. I will see you guys in the next video. Dab. Peace.